practice, I have to say I'm, well, somewhat sensitive to energy. Only somewhat, though. Being a sanguine vampire myself, i.e., the blood-sucking kind, doesn't really affect me all that much. People have been known to describe me as an empath, though I've never much liked the term. That is correct. And I do so enjoy pig blood. Oh, here's an answer to a question that no one has asked yet. To me, at least to me, and I'm sure the answers will vary from vampire to vampire, but all the blood I've tasted tastes exactly the same. Love that taste. And honestly, I could drink it at any temperature, though I do like it at cooler temperatures. Love that iron taste. Yes, blood has a very metallic taste to it. That is a very good question, Starry. Like with the previous question, I'm more than certain it varies from vampire to vampire. For me, anyway, it comes and goes. And when it comes, oh boy, you can definitely feel it. Ah, well met, kinsman. Hmm, quite a few differences. I happen to know another energy vampire. Though we don't speak much, we are very good friends. Aside from Nimbius here. vampire, I am nearly indistinguishable from a human, apart from my almost ghost white skin. That's a joke. Though my teeth are generally sharper than your average humans. By the way, do feel free to actually talk. I'm afraid I sound a little awkward just responding to text questions. Not in the traditional sense. I will say I'm trying to go my own way, in the words of Fleetwood Mac. I will say that does seem a bit of a loaded question. To me, it seems there's no real proper path for vampirism. Well, sanguine vampirism. Obviously, I don't condone just running out the streets and killing. That's, well, very illegal.
Boom. Wah wah.
Ah, there we go.
Yay! Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Jesus. My entire work table is a mess. There's like powder. It knocks things over. Jesus. Just spilled a cup of water and now it's like on my floor. And I cleaned it out and I'm just like, I have no energy left. Oh my god. I'm here though, yay. I think the problem was I just had to disconnect and reconnect like a normal person would.
No worries, no worries.
How the crew finally figured out that there was two chats they could talk in. It was like confined to that like small chat, and I was like, I don't do I tell them that there's another chat? Or oh my god. Trying not to break anything anymore, so I'm going slowly, but all the wires are tangled. Which one is that one? It's my microphone. Whatever. Yeah, just realized there was a main chat, yeah. I don't like how Discord basically just said, we're gonna add chats, even though you already have chats, to the other chat. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Discord's weird.
Honestly.
I don't know how to pronounce most of these names. I mean, you can pronounce Starry. That's like, it's not even. It's mostly Star, but Starry is like plays into the fact that there's a starry orb. Shut up. Anyway, but Nimbus. I don't know how to pronounce that. Did you respond to all these questions that they put here? Oh, he's gonna.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
To the best of my ability, anyway.
He's gonna correct me on how to say the name in a moment. Yeah. Oh my god. I could unmute you. I'm gonna see. I could. Yeah, I can. That makes no sense. I am literally the moderator. Anyway, stupidity. Hmm. Could you request? Yeah, you had a request. Okay.
Yo.
Welcome, Nimbius.
You're
Hey,
alive.
what's up?
Hi.
Uh, yeah, hey, how you actually say it? It's Nimbus with like silent vowels. Basically, that's how it's a weird way to spell it, but I don't know. I came up with it like years upon years ago.
Nimbus. Okay. I get that. I get that.
I was trying to be original, you know.
It's like, people see it and it's like Nimbius, and I'm like, okay. Uh, I don't know, there was a lot of questions.
It's so original that I was able to make my own Twitch account with it and whatnot.
I don't know the thing with Twitch when it comes to like account making and names. I don't know if they let you have like the same name or like similar names. I don't know. I know on Tumblr and stuff like that they don't do that, but I don't use Twitch that much.
It has to be like a name that's not already taken.
Okay.
But like if it's something similar, like a name that's already taken, but like you still want the name, you could do like a dash or underscore or something,
Yeah.
you know.
I get that.
That's what I do with my usernames, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers in place of letters and all that.
Yeah, we can tell. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Like I started looking at like your Discord server profile, and I was like, there's so many, there's numbers, there's numbers. It took me so long to realize that you vampire, and then there's a vampire theme, so bloodlust, and I was like, oh, like an idiot. I sat there. I was like, okay. Oh my gosh. Because I've been, I had to invite a bunch of people, and it took a long time, and I kept reading people's Discord profiles, and I was like, you guys are creative, and mine is just like Starry, or I guess.
Starry Orb is a good username.
It wasn't even like original or anything. Are there still chat messages over here? Who is typing over here? I need to know. Okay, never
So
mind.
how is everyone today?
I'm quite alright.
I'm fine. Tired, maybe? I don't know.
I'm pretty drained myself. But I've been drained for like over a week. I haven't been able to properly feed, so
I get that, yeah.
I can relate.
I can say like I get that, but I'm like not even remotely close to vampire kind of stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, I get that. No, I don't. I just say it so it's like I understand.
Right.
Yeah, I understand, but
You're just
it's a lot
saying it to
harder.
try and you're trying to say it to try and fit in, but like you're
Not
saying you're
working.
trying to also understand it.
Not working. I know little to nothing. I am like the only thing I really consume that's like vampire media is like What We Do in the Shadows, and I stopped watching it because they were like they jumped to like 5 seasons, and I was like, whoa, I can't keep up. I dropped out. That's the only thing I know about
Okay,
vampires,
one
but it has
okay,
nothing to do
one
with anything.
thing one thing educational I'll share about the feeding stuff. We goes for both types. We have to absolutely feed after a certain time, or we will get sick.
Very true.
Sickly, as in like illness, like as in illness, or just symptoms.
It can go to illness, and if you still don't, it can turn into more than just like a normal sickness. Like it can turn into like potential diseases like you can get for not feeding like over a long period of time.
Okay, that makes more sense. I don't know. I know little to nothing, so it's not like ooh, I I have questions, but it's not like they're not. I don't know how to say it. They're not questions about. They're more questions about like biology, like question about the canines, that stuff because I'm science, but I'm not a nerd. It's more about uh, evolution.
Oh, like if you're actually wondering like if they extend or something like the fangs, like they can per se, it just depends.
I mean, I know that some people say that not all of them have, size and length, and some of them just have like human, especially if it's more of like evolutionary thing. But other than that, it's
Hmm.
like I have heard little to nothing about it at all. So a lot of people,
So this is kind of like uncharted territory for you.
basically. I mean, that's why I wanted Gash to come over here and be like, yeah, we talk, we ask questions, because I was like, I know little to nothing, little to nothing.
Well, what was it in the Mino community? Like I said, I was like a vampire in the community, you know. I don't know if you've seen that though. That was like a post like a while back though.
Which one?
I can't remember which post.
Yes, I that community specifically, I rejoined after not being present in it for a while.
Because you barely see any like vampires or anything like that, and it's just like okay, well that just means that there's a missing link somewhere that we have to reconnect.
Yeah.
And like the influx of like I don't want to be mean to like the wolf shifters and stuff like that, but the influx, there's so many in the Vito community. I am There's so many, and I'm just like I I don't know if this is like this is like releasing the wolves back into Yellowstone or something. I don't know what's happening. There's so many of them, and then you barely hear about anything else, and it's just like, okay, well, all the vampires and the mythicals and et cetera, they don't exist, I guess, because you never hear about them.
No, they do. It's just like we usually just stick to our own communities,
Yeah,
like they're separate. That's probably the most valid reason to that.
yeah.
Yeah, we vampires aren't the most social bunch.
Okay, but you need to be okay because it's not like forcing people to be what you call it social, but it's more like get out there. There's there's the world, the moon, not the sun. The sun might be evil. I don't know, but the moon. You have celestial beings that aren't gonna burn you to death, or you have all these other things that you know if you put out more content, there would be less uh, false myths and misconceptions. I feel as though like if people talked a lot more, maybe not as much as me, but if they talked a lot more, we'd understand a bit more. I don't know. That's just like two halves of that coin too.
Me, I used to be like secluded in like private communities, and eventually like I became more sociable over the years, and that's when I started to branch out and find different communities that I was interested in. So now like I'll just join like any community that seems interesting. And the shapeshifter community interested me because I mean I was like, well, I'm searching for a legitimate one, and legitimate ones are actually it was kind of hard to find. I had to actually look for it. So
Yeah, like specific ones. I think it probably took me around 2 years to actually find like that specific amino that I'm in, and to actually know like all the accounts that I follow on Tumblr took me around 2 years, a few months
you
and stuff.
it took you 3 years to find that community, dude. It took me like less than 3 hours to find that.
Oh, no.
I'm, I'm just picking on you. I'm messing.
I am in. I was in denial. Okay. 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 Oh my god. I was in denial. Uh, I swear. I guess like communities and stuff. A lot of them they don't. Some of them, most of the shifter ones are dead. Let's not. Most of them are dead. So finding one that's like alive and one that hasn't been like tormented by like humans, other people who are just like evil. It's hard to do that.
Like, you're saying torment as in like from trolls that come into the community, or what specifically?
Uh, Probably trolls. Yeah, trolls. Some humans who are just evil. Just don't have anything to do with their lives, and other people who are like also who identify non-humanly. I don't know why I said it like that. I sound like Patrick, but in that way, a lot of them, like, 2017, 2018, I wasn't there specifically in that community, but especially on Tumblr and stuff, but I was aware of it happening. So there was just like this awareness that, oh, I feel slightly this way. If I hide it long enough for this drama to die down, they won't catch me. Newsflash, they caught me, and now I'm here. But yeah, no, seriously, there's like barely any communities because it's
Mind you, there's some other cool communities too. Like there's stuff like communities called Otherkin, which is communities of reincarnated angels, reincarnated demons, and other entities as well. So like that might be something y'all could actually look into. I've been getting into that because it's intriguing, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of the otherkin and stuff. They mostly started the I wouldn't say they mostly started the hate train, but it was them who continued it due to being associated with like shifters and stuff like that. And they were like, no, we don't want to anymore. And I was like, okay, hide, you know. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting my history wrong or not, but the shifter community kind of spawned from the Ware community in the Therium community, which then branched out into the shifter community, which then was divided into tiny parts on different platforms and websites. So, like, when it comes to, like, vampires and stuff, I'm not sure where that stands, since a lot of it isn't, like, something you would see or something you would hear about. Maybe back then, I know there was a lot more vampire stuff, like, back then, but now a lot of it has been overtaken by mammals. I don't know why I use that specific word. I can say wolf. I can say wolves.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Like for shape shifting, I know quite a bit on it, but the thing is, I haven't really like shape shifted into like an animal or anything, but I've done some various shape shifting, like move bones around and stuff. I can do that without like any pain because I know proper energy channeling techniques to actually get the pain out before I actually feel it. Like before the pain signal goes up to my brain to where I actually feel it, it's gone already. Because I know how to do that. So I know how to do like a shift that's pain free. Not many people know how to do that unless you really know what you're doing.
I mean,
But it takes so extreme amount of energy to do that. I don't recommend it unless you have a huge amount of energy and you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's usually like the brain. The brain tricks the body into not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel as though if you try to do that, it may kill you. Oh, what happened to Gash? Come back.
Oh.
Bring him back.
Right? He's cool
No,
to talk to.
he said he's gone. Day 2, this guy was okay.
Oh, what time is for day 2?
Day 2 is the same time. It's 4 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Okay.
If I can type.
But yeah, usually when I post on Amino, my intentions are just to help people out, you know.
Yeah, I get that. A lot of people on certain platforms, all they want to do is like help for the most part.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how much my first like big post I did on blocking helped the community, but I tried to help everyone that I could, you know.
Yeah.
That because that was based on my own research on what I did and what I know works, you know.
I don't know. For most of the stuff I do and I post on the social medias, most of it's just back to back researching. Most of it's just dumping information and then using that information to come to a conclusion. I most of the time I don't take personal inspiration and
So,
stuff.
like, have you ever like shifted at all, like in any form, or
Yeah, like
what's your experience with it?
experience. What do you mean? Like fully, or do
Or
you
do you just
want?
like learn about it?
For the most part, I do learn about it, but it's like shit things up. Like it's on a back burner because it's actually like it's time consuming. It mentally does hurt you sometimes, and you can't do it back to back or force myself to do it all the time. So it's like
It takes a huge amount of energy too.
yeah,
Even just to do like a small partial shift, it takes a huge amount.
definitely. Like I've tried, and sometimes I just can't. Sometimes I pass out. Sometimes I go to bed. Sometimes I literally just need
Oh, so
attention.
like you have actually tried, and sometimes you don't have the energy to do it, right?
Yeah, I've fully done it once, maybe twice. I think twice now, a few times, but that's like mostly voluntary. It wasn't involuntary. Involuntary, you usually don't have enough energy. I just pass out.
Because your body tried to shift and you were like, not enough energy, right?
Yeah, like involuntarily, it just doesn't work because sometimes your brain just doesn't recognize. Voluntary, most of the time you can prepare like a cushion just in case you pass out, literally anything. And
Mm.
I hear like stories and people are just like, oh, I shifted in Walmart. And it's like, are you okay? I'm just like, are you okay? Did you
I
fall?
wouldn't
Did you hit
say
your
that's the
head?
smartest idea. I wouldn't say that's the smartest idea to shift in a grocery store because, like, getting that
Yeah,
unwarranted attention.
like
Don't make it obvious.
literally, I'm like, did you fall? Are you okay? Because they say it's like involuntary, and I'm like, okay. When I think of involuntary, I usually think of not enough energy, pass out. That's usually what I think of. So I'm just like, did you
Well,
fall?
usually, if it's automatic, there's ways to actually stop it if you know how to.
Yeah, I understand
Like,
that.
if necessary.
I think for the most part, a lot of people don't want to stop it, but for some people, they do, mainly because it is like a hazard at sometimes. At some
Yeah,
times.
it depends, like, on where you're at. Like, for instance, like a mall or something.
Yeah. Like if you're at a mall, it's like, how do you even? Why would you even have that reaction to something? Like what triggered that? That something had to have triggered that.
Right. Like an instinct.
Yeah. Like did you see like a frog in the mall hopping around? Did you see an animal? What happened?
When's the chance to see a frog at the mall? Like, what the fuck?
Nothing.
Unless,
Sometimes.
like, there's some kind of pet store or, like, PetSmart or something like at the mall. I
Yeah.
doubt you'd ever see that.
I don't think somebody would go to PetSmart and not expect them to be like, uh-oh, you know? Like, you don't go to PetSmart as a shifter and be like, yeah, this is nice.
Oh God.
I'm gonna sit here and look at all these animals and all these creatures
I'm
and not
li-
expect
I'm
to find
literally
God.
I'm literally wanting to facepalm over this, mind you.
Don't get it. Oh my God. There's barely anything. Like, none.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for stuff for otherkin, there's tons of
Uh-huh.
stuff. But for this specifically, I can barely even find anything.
Yeah, that's why it took me 2 years to find a community, and you were laughing at me. It took me 2 years. There's barely anything, and you have
2 years of research?
not 2 years of research, 2 years of searching for a community.
Oh, 2 years of searching. Yeah, I was just laughing because it only took me a few hours.
Okay,
Mind you, after I searched it and found it, I was like, let's see if they have anything on unblocking it and stuff. I couldn't find anything, so I was like, let me come up with my own methods and then
Yeah.
I'll post it.
Like, I know a lot of people who have, like, whatchamacallit, struggles with unblocking energy and stuff like that, and I'm like, guys, please, there's so much, like, out there. But for specific, like, people who, you know, in that community, it's harder. It's a lot harder.
Yeah, there's so many like different communities. Like I was searching for like different community discords and
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, there's some crazy shit out there like
Crazy.
well yeah, I'm like, wait, what? Mind you for other can I randomly found a other can dating discord. Yes. There's a
No,
date.
I know there is because I was looking at the Discord server. I
Yeah.
know there's ones out there, but I honest to God haven't used like anything like that, and I'm just surprised that there are people who do get on those servers and do end up in relationships, and I'm like, how did what? Why does it work? Why does it work? So confused.
No, it's a thing.
It's
It's a thing, even though you're like, what the?
it's like Roblox. Roblox is like implementing like a 17 and up dating online dating service for their user
Oh
base,
God.
and I'm like, why? And I swear, if I find out that it actually worked, it's over. I can't. I'm gonna log off the internet and I'm never showing back up. I can't.
Especially for the Roblox thing. Oh God. Roblox is not a dating platform. Oh God, please.
It's like going to Twitch and being like, I'm single. Like, what? That's not what it's made for. Why are you there?
That reminds me of going on IMVU and looking for someone.
Oh my
Because
God,
trust me, don't do that.
IVU,
It
stop.
it it's nothing but drama on there.
Literally. I used to play it when I was younger, and most of the stuff I did, I regret. Regret.
Yeah, it's nothing but drama on there. So
I don't know. It's like all these other stuff. Now we're not even talking about the questionnaire anymore. We completely like segued into like a different recording. I'm gonna end the recording so I don't break my computer. But you can still talk. You can still talk.
I'm sorry for going